been. And presently, they claim to come from the Merovingian bloodline. They are all of there are 13 bloodlines in Europe that all of what are called royalty are developed from or come from. And they include the Aryans in this, and there's been a big push in this century. For example, when Nazis came into power, the fascists, talking about the purity of being pure and staying, the Aryan bloodline staying pure, and what it actually is all about is keeping the blue-eyed, blonde or light red-haired people, the bloodline's pure because it is more.
Make no mistake about it. I'm a big fan of the Aryan Nation. I love Dirk Nowinski, blonde hair, blue eye. I love them to death. But she hitting on a lot of real stuff on this right here. She's gonna get into Genesis 6 in the Bible, because I don't know if y'all been following along with this video, but she said that they came to Earth 6,000 years ago. That's pre-Christ, way before Christ. And in the Holy Bible, Genesis 6, it speaks about the angels saying that the women were fair on earth and they mated with them, they bred with them, and all that kind of stuff. Read Genesis 6. Read Genesis 6, and it hits on a lot of this, what she's talking about. You got to know how to connect dots on some stuff.
Powerful. And what is in that blood for these reptilians is more powerful, and they need that. And when you start mixing it with people that were indigenous to this earth, then it is not as powerful. It has nothing to do with someone skin color or nationality. It has to do with keeping the bloodline pure for their use.
So blonde-haired, blue-eyed people are the purest from the reptilians' point of view.
I also want to throw this in there. Racism, slavery, racism, and all that right there. All that could potentially tie into this right here, because I believe anybody that's racist, that's a mental health condition. If you don't like somebody because of the color of their skin, you need to get checked upstairs. But this may perhaps tie into why racism and slavery ever existed.
And that they want to keep that bloodline pure because of how they need to use it.
Yes. When I realized that it had to do with blonde hair and blue eyes, I could not do anything about my eyes, and I am not able to wear contacts. I would have brown eyes. But one thing I did do was cut my hair off, because that was part of the rank I was. My hair was down to my knees, and I colored my hair darker. And there were times when after I did cut it off, they had gotten to me, and so the hair would be light red. But that is being in compliance with them. And I did not want to be in compliance to them. I want to expose them, and this is part of it. And I won't be what they want me to be.
And I won't either. I won't either. And there's a reason why we won't be what they want us to be. It's because we are children of God. And our sole duty on earth, it's not to work a 9 to 5. It's not to do what the establishment want, to go to school, take drugs, give kids drugs to go to school. That's not why God invented us for. It's to expose evil and to live in the way of the Lord. Expose evil through all means. Big Pharma, all of it.
When you look at some of the ancient accounts, like the Sumerian texts and many other accounts, they talk about the gods interbreeding with humanity. Is this relevant to the reptilian?
That's Genesis 6.
Way of infiltrating the human race?
Yes, it is, because human beings through the ages have accepted God's interbreeding, or being accepted as humans, and that shows in Christianity, it shows in Judaism.
It do show in
And
that.
also, they have used Egyptology, or the Egyptian religions, a lot, and the present head of the Illuminati compares himself a lot with the Egyptian god Osiris and Horus, which is Osiris reborn, and also with the Arthurian legends of the Round Table. And he has a name, the name that he carries from that is Pindar, which actually means phallus of the dragon. And the other name, Osiris, he has carried because he takes the name at this time, the Marquis de Libero, which means liberator of or from the waters. And the story of Osiris is that he was cut into 14 pieces and thrown into the River Nile. And the one piece, Isis found the pieces and put them back together again. And she could not find the 15th piece, which happened to be the phallus, so a gold phallus was made. And this is very important in this group in the Illuminati. This is important, and it's important to think that about the head of the Illuminati, because what comes from a golden phallus would be a superior seed for a race, and this is how this is what they are doing with all of these bloodlines to keep the bloodlines going, are impregnating Aryan people of Aryan blood that hold high stations with them, impregnating them with this seed of Pandar. And
Okay. This one here, this is about all I'm going to do on this video. I just wanted to add the fact that I know most people take what this lady's saying and they're going to probably say she crazy as hell. That's going to be most people, 99% of people's first thought is this lady is off her rocker. She really is crazy as hell. That's going to be people's first thought. But me, I don't think that. I've been through some similar stuff as she hinted at, as far as, being SA when I was a kid. I went through that, not at the hands of my dad. And I met, hooked up with another truck driver lady, Alicia. She had been SA at the hands of her father, just like this lady here, Arizona Wilder. So that's what drew me so into Arizona Wilder. I've always been a fan of David Icke. And David Icke, however you say his name, I've always been a fan of him. But, as a truck driver, I worked for this company called Navajo. I think I might have shared this story before. And I actually seen a guy in the safety department, laws department, during orientation, where he appeared to be normal inside. But when we went outside for a cigarette break, and we was talking to the guy, me and a couple other drivers, and I give people eye contact when I talk to him. And this guy, his eyes just weren't normal. They had like the best way I can describe it is if you've ever seen a house cat, go from inside the house out to outside where it's sunny and the light hits their eyes and their pupils kind of get slanted or something. It was very similar to that. And I always kept that image in my head. And you know what I'm saying? And I never heard it resurface again until I had seen this video here. And I got to researching it. And that's how I found out about David Icke. And I've been following it, and I believe in that. I believe that it's some weird stuff like that going on. She mentioned the blonde hair, blue eyes. Coincidentally, John Benet Ramsey had blonde hair, blue eyes. She mentioned getting electrocuted as a kid to put that fear in them. That's all that is of Satan. All of that is. Anybody that cause harm to children, that's of Satan. That's the children and animals to me, and old people, probably the most handicapped people, probably the most innocent people out there, vulnerable people out there. And Satan feeds off of that. He do. He really do. And that's all I'm going to have for this video right here. But I can believe a lot of what she's saying because I fact checked. And I actually first heard about JonBenet Ramsey through Arizona Wilder, through this lady right here. I fact checked it. I found out there was a real case. I got to researching and digging into it a little bit more. And it just was heartbreaking, and I made a song about it. But yeah, peace and blessings to everybody. Keep God first, you know what I'm saying? And everything gonna work out in the end. Serve God law. Because these man laws we got, it might not even be man that's making these laws.